Hello everyone and welcome to Sharpers Gaming, and today we're back with some more Pokemon VGC 2018. We're back once again with the Discharge Spam team featuring Tapu Koko, Mega Sceptile, Heatran, Araquanid, Landorus, and Scrafty. So as you can see, the Araquanid is still not the level 100, which it is the Totem Araquanid, so we need it to be there to bottle cap it. But I am going to put the QR code down in the description below because I want you guys to be able to join along with us with testing. So I'm going to put it down there even though the Araquanid's not quite there yet. And then once it is, I will update it. I think the only things that are bad, because I think the HP, defense, and attack are all 31 IVs. I think it's just like special attack, special defense, and speed. And you only need the special defense and speed. And speed you don't even really need. So it's just the special defense at this point. And it's not even that bad. So if you guys do want to try out the team, there is a link for the Pastebin and the QR code in the description below. You can let me know what you think of the team in your own personal usage. And also like and subscribe if you have not already. And we're going to hop right in. Speaking about subscribing, as of the time of the recording of this video, we're 7 away from 1,000 subscribers. And I would love to get there by the end of the month. And with your guys' help, we can do that. So if you haven't subscribed already and want to see more Pokemon content, be sure to do that. Also, if you want to see more non-Pokemon content, even some Pokemon content, I've been streaming a lot more on Twitch, so come and join us over there. Link for that will be in the description as well. But our first opponent, Andy, oh, he has a Medicham. I love Medicham. It's Kartana, Rotom Heat, Nihilego, Mr. Mime, Medicham, and Blastoise. Possibility 2 different Megas on this team. It's also like there's like 3 Pokemon that can set up Trick Room. For those who don't know, Medicham can set up Trick Room, Mr. Mime can, and Nihilego can. But like the Blastoise would really be the only one taking advantage of that. This is a really, really strange team. I didn't see my opponent's rating, not that it necessarily matters. But Heatran's looking clean. I don't know, is he? The only thing Heatran really likes is the Kartana, and I think we can deal with that in other ways. I'm trying to think. I think Medicham gets Fake Out as... Well, I know Medicham gets Fake Out. I'm just trying to remember if Mr. Mime does. I think it does. I don't know. The Nihilego makes me not want to lead with Skeptic I think Landorus is a pretty good lead in that regard. And then Scrafty even. Scrafty. Sceptile will be decent here. And then Koko for that increase. Like, I'd like to bring the Heatran just because of the Kartana, but again... Kartana's special defense isn't all there, so we can deal with it, especially after increasing our Mega Sceptile. Also, guys, I wanted to make a few announcements about upcoming VGC events. The International Challenge sign-up is actually happening right now, so if you go to the Pokemon Global link, you can sign up for that. It is an online tournament where you can win championship points, and the actual tournament takes place next weekend, which is also the same weekend as Dallas Regionals, which I will be at, so if you guys are there, feel free to come and say hi. But we have Nihilego and Mr. Mime lead off for my opponent. So 2 Trick Room setters, possibility of a Fake Out user in the Mr. Mime. Double Intimidate on these 2 special attackers as well. I didn't even think about that, man. I'm just going to Tectonic Rage this Mr. Mime. Not that I think it's the one that's the problem here, but I'm faking out the Nihilego, that's why. Mr. Mime might fake out the Scrafty, might fake out the Landorus, we'll see. My hair is a mess. Should have a hat on. And in fact, I will, because I'm just going to be playing with my hair the whole time. Not that I don't do that with a hat on, but... At least I do it less, you know what I'm saying? Gotta get the young zoo hat. Nihilego actually protects this turn, which is just fine by me because I faked out that slot. Mr. Mime is also going to fake out into the Landorus, so just a useless turn. Just a useless turn here. I just don't know if that's going to be like a... like a Hidden Power Ice Nihilego. I'm just going to Earthquake and knock off the Mime. It could be a Focus Sash Nihilego. I don't know what the Nihilego wants to do. It wants a Dazzling Gleam, apparently. Scrafty does have Assault Vest, so we'll be able to take that. And Landorus will follow up with an Earthquake, which I don't know that Scrafty will be able to take. It does not. Nihilego does look like it has the Focus Sash. So Scrafty, unfortunately, we KO ourselves. There's the Focus Sash. And then the Mr. Mime goes for Icy Wind. Okay, so the Mime has the Eyesight move. And that's going to be able to KO Landorus being single target. So, Mr. Mime picking up a KO. But that just lets me bring in my Tapu Koko and my Septic Tank. I've been coming to call Mega Sceptile Septic Tank. Mostly because it's not... I mean, it's good. It's a one-trick pony, you know? It's fast and hits hard. And it cannot take a hit worth a damn. Like, I think this pair is pretty strong on the team. I just don't think... Like, it's hard to make a team that supports these two. I almost Volt Switch by accident. I need to Discharge and Mega Evolve the Sceptile and Energy Ball the Mime. Yeah, just in case that Nihilego protects for any reason. And we've seen it's not choiced, so we should outspeed it. I went up against Nihilego and I think it was choiced, and it was either speed time my Tapu Koko or my Sceptile. Because one turn it undersped the Tapu Koko and the next it outsped the Sceptile. Which these two are 1 point apart from each other, so I don't know how that happened. So it had to be speed time with the two of them. It was really weird. I didn't like it. Also, there's a Waterium Salamence on that team. He caught me off guard for sure. Alright, let's see what my opponent's going to decide to do. Could switch out the Mime. Okay, gonna let the Mime stay in and go down unless it has Protect. I don't mind that. Because outside the Medicham, that was his only Fake Out user. Oh, the Mr. Mime has Wide Guard, though. This Mr. Mime's cucking us, man. So the Discharge not going to be able to do anything to these two. Let's see what the Nihilego wants to do. Because either it's going to take out the Sceptile or it's going to take out the Nihilego. I mean, the Tapu Koko. Because it should be able to KO either of these Pokemon. Even with all the HP investment my Tapu Koko has, it still feints the Sludge Bombs. Like this one. It's actually going to go into Sceptile, which should KO me. Yeah. With a crit, I don't think it mattered. I forget that Mr. Mime has Wide Guard. You just don't see it enough that you forget what it has sometimes. I know it gets Trick Room and Fake Out like we saw. I just forgot about Wide Guard. Obviously, it's Mr. Mime. He creates walls. He should have it. Okay, Medicham's going to come in. So Medicham's just going to fake me out, and we'll see a Sludge Bomb from the Nihilego. So unfortunate, the Mime was able to catch us off guard. And the Mime actually put in the most work there. It's unfortunate to see. I'm not going to take that loss too hard. Okay, I think this team is more of a... I think it relies too much... I want to say it's a gimmick, but it's not really. I don't know. I don't think it's a strong team, in general. I think they are much better teams. Yeah, +1 Sludge Bomb from a Nihilego. Even not +1. Probably KOs me anyways, so... Unfort. Unfort. I feel like we did misplay that one. I probably should have just Tectonic Raged the Nihilego the first turn. Actually, even if I did that, it wouldn't work because I got faked out. That's right. That's right, I got faked out. Ugh. I don't know. Just forgetting about Wide Guard, I think, was our biggest thing. I think that was the biggest thing in that match. We could have definitely won it if we would have remembered Wide Guard. So at that point I would have had to choice myself into... Well, no. Did my Sceptile go first? I think it did. Because if I would have targeted Nihilego, which I was actually thinking about doing, targeting Nihilego, just in case something happened there. But I didn't want it to protect. I was thinking Nihilego was actually going to protect, was my biggest thing. Another interesting Pokemon choice for my opponent with Malamar, but we also see the Kamo, the Kangaskhan, Whimsicott, Ferrothorn, and Tapu Pini. We do definitely need to bring the Heatran. It is threatened by the 4 of Pokemon, but because of that because of the Ferrothorn, I do need to bring the Heatran. I like Landorus lead, but the Malamar is contrary, so if we intimidate it, it'll just get an attack increase, and my opponent probably thinks we're going to do that. We also have 2 Intimidators, which isn't great. What I'm going to do is go Tapu Boppo, Iraq. I like Araquanid because of the Malamar. That's the main reason I'm bringing that. Heatran. Do we bother with Sceptile? I think we do. Yeah, let's go with Sceptile. Just because he does have a Tapu Fini and a Komodo, which if we can get the Sceptile out before the Komodo, we will be able to Dragon Pulse it dead, which is pretty neat. There's no Follow Me, no Rage Powder, which Rage Powder doesn't affect Sceptile because it's a grass type. Also, no light again today. I haven't had time to set it up because I've been streaming a lot more. And I haven't used webcam on stream yet, so it hasn't needed a use of it. But we're going to be facing Jeff with Tapu Koko Araquanid versus Malamar and Kangaskhan. That's what I was expecting from my opponent. So my opponent has to decide who it wants to fake out here. Look at Araquanid. It's so big, man. I'm just going to... Oh, what's in the back? What's in the back? I was going to Volt Switch, but I don't think it's worth it. I'm going to Dazzling Gleam, because it hits the Malamar super effectively. And I also Leech Life the Malamar. I'm going to double the Malamar. Not that I think Malamar is the biggest threat here, especially because we don't have any Intimidate users. But it could get out of hand if we leave it alone for too long, because of those contrary superpower boosts. The Kangaskhan is going to Mega Evolve. I assume it just fakes out something. As to what, I'm not sure. Maybe Araquanid, but maybe also Tapu Koko. You know, just anything it really wants to. Fake Out is going to go into Tapu Koko. I was worried about that. Malamar does go for Rock Slide. Araquanid, can you take... Oh, you can eat that, boy. Don't get flinched, though. What's with this team and getting flinched? Alright, well, we're going to go for Dazzling Gleam with the Bopo. Actually, I think we can slide, Oh, I'm faster. I can Volt Switch this turn. I'm going to Volt Switch off the Kang and Leech Life the Malamar once again. I think the Kangaskhan probably just KOs my... Oh, Malamar actually switches. Okay. For the Peen. If I would have Volt Switched there. If I would have Volt Switched there. Alright. Well, we do Volt Switch on the Kang. Which I'm still going to switch in my Heatran there, even though the Peenie's out, just because I don't want to get double-edged into my Sceptile. Would not be great. So Heatran's going to come out here, hopefully taking a double edge. There it is. And then Araquanid's going to get a useless little Leech Life off here. Useless little baby boy Leech Life. And then this turn, I'm going to Heat Wave with the Heatran. And we're going to Wide Guard with Araquanid, I think. Because I'll stop Heatran from getting hit by... Well, actually, do I care? I'm going to Leech Life the King. I was going to Liquidate it, but if I can, like, keep Araquanid around for a while... I think Double Edge just goes into Araquanid. Yeah. Does this KO us? Yeah, I should have Wide Guarded there. Because it'll stop this incoming Muddy Water. Yeah. But this should actually be fine. Like, I was worried about it, but I'd rather have this opportunity to bring in Sceptile and Tapu Koko at the same time. Because it's just a beautiful setup. It's just a beautiful setup. You can't ask for a better setup than a Tapu Fini and a Kangaskhan, who aren't on turn 1, versus a Choice Scarf Tapu Koko and a Mega Sceptile. Sucker Punch shouldn't be able to KO either of these two Pokemon. So I go for Discharge here. Mega Evolve with the Sceptile. And I will Energy Ball the Kangaskhan. Because I think the Fini's going to switch if either one of these two switch. Yep. Wanted to switch the Fini so he had terrain control. Ferrothorn's going to come in, which will be the problem here, because we no longer have Heatran. I did 100% forget that he had Ferrothorn. And Ferrothorn walls these two pretty nicely. Okay, we'll be able to KO the Kangaskhan here at least. Lightning Rod boost on the Sceptile. Here comes Discharge. Can we paralyze the Ferrothorn? Nope, but we do get the Energy Ball off to KO the Kangaskhan. And now we have to figure out what we're going to do about this Ferrothorn. Because now Feeny comes in and the Ferrothorn can no longer be paralyzed. Which is bad. If you weren't aware. Here comes the Tapu Fini. I'll discharge once again with Tapu Koko. And I'm going to protect Sceptile this time. I'm going to see if I can get 2 discharges off here. It's not going to boost Sceptile both times. But I'm just trying to get enough chip damage off on the Ferrothorn that I can possibly KO it. Sceptile's protecting. Discharge from Koko. Did some decent damage to Feeny, not being in terrain. And Moonblast from the Feeny into the Sceptile. And Ferrothorn goes to Gyro Ball into Koko. This probably kills me because I'm choiced. Barnacles. Okay, well, we lose now. Well, like, even if I Energy Balled the Feeny there, yes, we'd KO the Feeny, but the Ferrothorn would still be, like, super healthy. And, Malamar would just come in, and it'd still be the 2-1 situation, so. Yeah, this team is not quite performing up to the standards I wished it would. And this is originally why I scrapped the first iteration of this team, because it just wasn't doing what I needed it to. I mean, certain teams, if you lead the Tapu Koko Sceptile lead, it just rips through them, and they can't do anything about it. But a lot of really competitive teams have Fake Out. They have things to deal with electric and grass types, so it doesn't always work out. It's a really fun team, so if you guys want to try something fun, there it is, but where it stands right now, it's not great. And I did have a suggestion to change the team, but it changed up the entire mechanic of the team. Because it got rid of Mega Sceptile. So yes, getting rid of Mega Sceptile makes the team better, but that's not the point of the team. So we'll go Ultra Recon Squad. We might get a 4th battle in today, because we've only gotten 20 minutes. Because we're just getting whomped so hard. 1485 from British Columbia, Canada. With Meta AF team right here. We got the Mega Metagross, the Hydreigon, Landorus, Milotic, Volcarona, and Tapu Lele. On a side note, there is no Protect. There is no Protect. But on the other side note, they lead Metagross, Tapu Lele, and just bot me dead. So, what do? We can go Heatran. I kind of want to go Landorus, but if they lead with Milotic, then we're in a pickle. We're in a pickle dickle. I'm gonna go with a Rack, because if Hydreigon comes in, then a Rack is gonna look nice. And I think we go Sceptile Koko. It's not great, but it's what we got. Because I just don't want to bring Intimidate, because if Milotic gets out of hand, then we're done for. We do have the Grass type and the Electric type, which might scare it away. And also, our Intimidators don't put in enough work to warrant them coming, I think. I mean, yeah, there's the Metagross and Hydreigon, which Scrafty deal with. But Volcarona and Milotic do lead off. Which is actually a pretty decent lead for my team of Araquanid and Heatran. Heatran's not in the best of positions, but it's not in the worst either. Now, I could switch in Sceptile here. Or I could just fire off a Heat Wave with the Heatran. Just get some damage on the Volcarona. And then we liquidate it as well. This way, if the Volcarona wants to switch, a lot of Pokemon don't want to come into Heat Wave. And we'll take a Scald from Milotic every day of the week. Volcarona's actually just going to straight go for a Quiver Dance, so this thing should be dead this turn. Because Araquanid's liquidation is nothing to mess with. The Milotic does go for Scald into Heatran, which does decent damage. Heat Wave rattles off from Heatran, does connect with both Pokemon. And that will... And we burn the Milotic, which isn't bad. Liquidation. Yes, should KO. Yeah, I don't know what my opponent was thinking there with the Volcarona, that they'd be able to get away with it, because nothing was really threatening my Araquanid on the field. Actually, nothing was. Special defense is really nice in Araquanid, and the water bubble ability reduces fire type damage, which he's already just neutral to. So, Tapu Lele will come out from my opponent. Psychic Surge. Like, I think we just leave the Milotic alone, in all honesty. I'm going to Flash Cannon to Lele, because we'll live another Scald, as long as it's not like a high roll, low roll situation. Unless he Dazzling Gleams. I'm going to Wide Guard this turn. Or am I? No. No, just Protect with the Heatran. That's safer. Just Protect Heatran, and then Liquidate. Or Leech Life. Which one's stronger? Liquidation's 85. Leech Life is 80. Let's Liquidate into the Lele. I am going to turn off the volume on my phone because Discord just popped up. And that means people are going to be talking to each other. Moonblast from the Lele is going to go into Araquanid, so no Dazzling Gleam there, but we should take that. Yep. Scald into the Heatran. Depending on the roll, we would have taken that too. And here comes Liquidation. Which is enough to KO Lele. Araquanid is ripping through this team right now. That mighty totem Araquanid here. And my opponent's down to 2 Pokemon, so we have terrain control once we bring out Coco. It's going to be Metagross. Metagross does have Stomping Tantrum, which isn't great. But I think here we just go for Heat Wave. And we go for Liquidation into the Metagross. Because as long as we hit one of these 2 moves. Oh, Metagross does not Mega Evolve. The Heatran lives on 2 HP. And we get the Heat Wave off. Why didn't he Mega Evolve the Metagross? Do they not have their Mega Stone yet? Metagross drops like a sack of bricks. And Liquidation from the Araquanid now targets into the Milotic. And that does tons of damage to that Milotic. My boy Araquanid, again, Water Bubble ability also increases your water type damage. So, Araquanid is just out here stealing souls. We didn't lose a single Pokemon this team. I was thinking we were going to just straight out lose. Wowee. Heatran holding on. Took the same amount of damage as the first Scald, too. So. Nice. At least we got a win. And we're going to do one more battle because we're only at 20 minutes, so might as well. We got bopped in the first 2, so let's see if we can break even. Because, yeah, I've even played with this team off-screen. And in Showdown, it was working fine, but Showdown, again, is a different kind of meta because it's a lot of people testing teams. Whereas Battle Spot, typically, they kind of know what they're doing with their team if you're getting up towards the top part of the ladder. But we're down at the bottom at 1484, so anything goes down here. We have a 1404 Satoshi. Satoshi from Peru. With a Trick Room team consisting of Mawile, Milotic, Cresselia, Landorus Therian, Tapu Bulu, and Heatran. So he's got all the coverage to make sure that Mega Mawile thrives. With the Cresselia being the Trick Room setter, what do I have to worry about with Araquanid? I mean, obviously the Intimidate from the Mawile. My hair is crazy back there. There's no fake-out users, too, which is nice. So I could actually lead Scrafty Araquanid. Well, I can't necessarily lead Scrafty. Oh, well, I'm going to do it anyway. Lead Scrafty Araquanid. I want to go Sceptile Coco, but I think Landorus will be nice just because of the Heatran. Well, we got Araquanid. Araquanid's going to pull this sucker out. I have faith in Araquanid after that last battle. I've been wanting to use Araquanid in VGC 18 for so long. Because, like, Araquanid did so great in the beginning of 17, and then it just dropped off the face of the earth when Feeny became really popular. And it still hasn't come back. And I think Araquanid is actually pretty decent. Obviously, it doesn't have the greatest defenses, and there's Landorus Therian everywhere, and they're spamming Rock Slides, which isn't great for Araquanid. But we do have Wide Guard, too, so. We're going to see Milotic and Bulu lead, so no Trick Room lead for my opponent, but unfortunately, we will give them the competitive boost on their Milotic because of the Intimidate Scrafty. But that being said, Bulu is intimidated, which I do not mind. There's a competitive boost from the Milotic. And is this Grassy Seed Milotic? No, it's Adrenaline Orb. I think we should still have speed with Coco and Sceptile. But I'm going to fake out the Bulu, and we'll Leech Life the Bulu too. If we can get this Bulu low enough, Sceptile and Coco will be able to come through. Alright, Milotic actually protects this turn, so that's perfect. I wonder if Bulu also protects, though. Yeah, double protect to get around the Scrafty here. To get around the Scrafty. And then Leech Life. Not going to be doing anything there. So this turn, I'm going to Super Fang the Bulu. And I'll actually protect the Araquanid. Because even though the Bulu is -1, it's still in its terrain. And again, Araquanid doesn't have the best of defenses. So neutral Woodhammer's going to hurt. We're going to see Hydro Pump from the +1 Milotic. Scrafty should still take it with the Assault Vest. Yup. And we see the Z move come out from the Bulu. It's going to be the Bloom Doom, so I'm really glad I protected with Araquanid here. So we should be able to eat that up a little bit better. I want to get better. Let's see if he actually did target the Araquanid or if he went after Scrafty. It'd be strange if he went after Scrafty. Okay, it did go after Araquanid. That did nothing. I thought it was going to do at least half, but it did nothing. So it looks like that would have KO'd if we wouldn't have protected, so I'm glad we did. Super Fang brings down Bulu to half, but the terrain is going to restore it, as well as all of our Pokemon. Now the problem becomes that Milotic can KO the Scrafty here if it hits its Hydro Pump, but it does have to hit it. So we're going to attempt to Super Fang the Milotic. We're just trying to get everything in range for Sceptile Coco. And if we're able to do that, we should be gooch. But we do have to be able to do that. Especially because Grassy Terrain's out, which is really good. Okay, Ice Beam is actually going to go into Araquanid. We'll be able to take that. Bulu's going to Wood Hammer, probably into Araquanid as well. Can we take that? That's unfortunate. Well, we're going to Super Fang this Milotic now. Okay, so yeah, making sure that they can hit my Araquanid with the Ice Beam, just to chip in enough that Bulu can take it out. But now we bring in Tapu Koko, who is Choice Scarfed, so we should outspeed the Milotic, I think. We're obviously not max speed, but Milotic also isn't the fastest Pokemon in the world. It's fairly fast, mind you, but it's not the fastest. I'll Drain Punch Bulu, because Bulu's going to take this discharge pretty well. It is intimidated, though, and it's not in its terrain anymore. Could actually withdraw the Bulu for Landorus, who's going to be able to take this. So I hope that Scrafty actually goes down here. I do hope. Milotic might actually protect. Yep. So I'm just discharging my Scrafty. I mean, if I can KO my own Scrafty, we're not in a terrible position. Damn it, Scrafty. We do get the Drain Punch off, though, into the Landorus. I'll Drain Punch the Milotic, and I'm going to attempt the Sceptile switch it. If my opponent calls this and Ice Beams that slot, we just lose. We just straight up lose. This might be special Landorus because of the Tapu Bulu being on the team. So it would reduce Earthquake damage. Hydro Pump. Ooh, Sceptile avoids that. An Earthquake. It is physical Landorus. It's going to KO Scrafty. Does a ton of damage to the Milotic. But now we just bring in the Bopo. And depending on how this Landorus is built, I'm just going to discharge. We're going to Mega Evolve the Sceptile. We're going to go for straight up Leaf Storm. I don't want to put it up to chance. If he has Assault Vest, +1 Leaf Storm should KO it, hopefully. Hopefully. +1 Energy Ball KOs normal Landorus. But if it's Assault Vest, that's what I'm worried about. Coco Discharge is going to KO that Milotic. This unfortunately will put Sceptile at -1. That thing's Assault Vest AF. He's going to Earthquake it. Oh, that's right, he's Earthquaking. But that should KO my Coco, unfortunately. That was an exasperated flip. Oh, he crit me too! I have to look at that calc, because I do have HP investment on my Coco, but I didn't really look at it to see if it could actually take hits from anything. And I'm not the best at investing in HP and defense, special defense. I don't know how to optimize those EVs as well as other people do. And Mawile was the last Pokemon anyway, so we were screwed. We were screwed. As soon as Araquanid went down, we were screwed. We did not know the way. I guess I'll just Energy Ball. Actually, I got a Leaf Storm. Try and get a KO for pride purposes, but they'll probably just switch out into Bulu just to be that guy. Just to be that guy, they're going to switch into Bulu. Nope, they're going to stay in. They'll let me do... Unless they Sucker Punched here. I think when I used Sceptile in 2015, I had a hidden power on it. I can't remember if it was Ice, though. It was either Ice or Fire, or Ground. It might have been Ground, because of Heatran. Darn it, man. Well, we did win one. We won one, and it was all Araquanid. So yeah, I'm definitely only going to use this team one more video, because it is more for fun. But part of this series is to kind of figure out where do these Pokemon stand currently. Are they any good? Is it worth it? I mean, I think Sceptile would be decent. I think I just built a team too much around Sceptile and not around everything else. I don't know. Well, if you guys do have suggestions for the team, leave them in the comment section below. If you want to try the team out for yourself, so you can get a better feel for it, so you can make suggestions for it, Pastebin and QR code is in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe if you have not already, and we'll see you guys next time. Stay sharp, everyone.